So is your insomnia the worst in the world? So maybe you feel like you have to take this magnesium supplement in order to sleep, and you know, the thought of staying in a hotel causes you a lot of anxiety, and so you feel that you are at the foot of Mount Everest, and in order to be happy, in order to be okay, in order to be accepting of your insomnia, you need to be completely free of it, and you need to have reached the top of the mountain. And it's often really helpful when you feel you've got this massive struggle against you and you've got to climb so high, to not only put your struggle into perspective, but also to kind of look back and see how far you've already come. Because otherwise, if you can only see, you know, how much struggle you've got and how much distance you've got ahead of you, this can be very demoralizing, lower your kind of resolve and make you want to quit entirely, which is so, you know, unhelpful to people when you can see how much progress they're making, and because they've just got this idealized view of how everything will look when they're free of their insomnia, they feel like they want to chuck everything in because they're not just quite there yet. And so is your insomnia really like climbing Mount Everest? So to put a Mount Everest insomnia in perspective, so this, you know, I have had clients that have had it for 40 years and perhaps they're on 4 or 5 different medications, and they have to be taking their sleeping medication in the day, not to help them feel sleepy, but just to stop the withdrawal from that medication. They feel like they literally haven't slept an entire night for 20 years. They're terrified of their bed. Maybe they haven't left the house in over a decade because of their insomnia. So this is to kind of show how kind of extreme it can get, and also give you the confidence, actually, you know, I'm not being too specific about an individual, but someone with that kind of level of insomnia is now sleeping, you know, reasonably well, you know, as well as, you know, can be expecting, and, you know, like a reasonably good sleeper after doing the right behavior changes. But, you know, they started from this really, really hard point and have now, it took a lot of work and it did take a lot of thought pattern changes to get there. So if you're kind of thinking, oh, you know, I still have to take this magnesium supplement before bed, or I'm taking this over-the-counter medication, and, you know, I'm just so, I can say to myself, my insomnia is gone once I've stopped taking this over-the-counter medication, but until I get there, I'm not going to be happy because I'm not at the top of the mountain yet, and if I've got Everest to climb, well, kind of have a think, do you have Everest to climb? Of what I just said, putting your own insomnia into perspective about, you know, kind of some of the other struggles that people are having, you know, how big is this mountain? It's not to minimize what you are going through, because obviously I know what insomnia does to your confidence, your self-worth, your self-esteem. I know how much of a struggle it is to get out of it, but I think it is sometimes really helpful to kind of get it into perspective and just know that there are some people with insomnia but would absolutely love to be at the stage where you are now with your sleep. And it's also important, I think, when you're struggling with this condition, rather than just always thinking, I have to be at the top of this mountain before I'm happy, I have to completely have eliminated all my sleeping tablets from what I'm taking. You know, I've reduced it by half, but that's not good enough. I want to have stopped it entirely, and I want to get to the point where I can stay in a hotel and be absolutely fine and not anxious about it at all. And you focus on that, and you forget about the fact that you're actually sleeping a lot better. You forgot about the fact that, yes, okay, you might be taking an over-the-counter sleeping medication, but you used to be on a prescription one, or you used to have 20 herbal teas before bed, or you used to have, you know, hot baths with lavender, and just, I suppose I'm trying to say, often when you're in the struggle, you're just looking, I'm only happy till I get there, I'm only happy till I get there, I'm only happy till I get there. And it's so demoralizing because actually you've made incredible progress so far. If you used to be getting up at 2 in the afternoon and now, yeah, okay, you've set your wake time to 7 and some days you might lie in on the really bad days till 9. Well, it's nowhere near like what it was. So please, what I'd say, grab a pen and a paper, write down on this piece of paper all the successes you have been having with your sleep. I just really want to kind of stop this struggle and help you really focus on all the amazing things you've been doing already, just so that you're not just so it's not so hard, just so it's not such a difficult thing for you to do. And so I just want to kind of really remind you how well you have already been doing. So yeah, grab a pen and piece of paper, actually do that, you know, once you get off this video, put pen to paper and do it. Really helpful when you see it in black and white. And if you like this kind of technique, on my my paid program on the website, I've probably got about 10 different or 10 to 15 different written exercises that come as standard with the program, just to help you really focus on all your successes and really help you drill down into how well you're doing with your sleep. So if that sounds good to you, it's on the website. All right, really hope this video has been helpful and I'll see you on the next one.